So yoke is a staple in Strongman, and it's a lot of fun. This is what we say. So with yokes, we can do a lot of different things. You can press a yoke, which is a lot of fun. Run with it. Sometimes there's just squats or even deadlifts with it. So today I'm just going to go over basic yoke with you. And so we're going to pick yoke height. Yoke height depends on what you're doing. If we're going to do a light yoke, which is today we're going to do a medley with the light yoke, you're going to want it lower because you're going to want a lot more clearance off the ground to allow that to shift, because we're going to go super fast with it. Yoke is always going to be a timed event, as fast as you can possibly go, okay? If we're going a yoke that, so for me, anything 500 pounds and below is going to be here. Anything over that, getting into like 800 pounds is going to be up here, shoulder height. I only want it to clear the ground this much so that when I pick it, then I can just slowly glide across the floor with it. It's less of time and more of that's just really heavy. So here, again, it just depends. You can kind of tinker with height. I know that this is always good for me. Make sure you know what your yoke height is before you go to the competition, because you'll set yoke height and you won't have a lot of time to tinker with it. Okay, so with yoke, it's not a low bar squat, okay? You're gonna want it high on your neck, not sitting on your vertebrae, but ideally sitting on your traps. Okay? So if you have traps, you're gonna make some nice cushion. There's no cushions, so deal with the pain. Okay?
Get stronger.
Just get better. Okay? If it hurts after, you're doing it wrong. Okay? As far as your neck goes, everything else is going to hurt. Chalk's your best friend, but don't train with chalk. Okay? So train with it slippery. Ideally, train with even a wider one. My yoke, Jimmy rigged it so it's wider because it's hard. Okay, so some of your yokes are not going to be beautifully rolled yokes. They're going to be homemade garbage. It's going to be terrible to work. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So it depends on how you want to start with it. If we're doing a speed event, you're going to want to start staggered, and it's all about starts. Okay, so with this, then you're just going to start walking with your yoke. If we're going to do a heavy yoke, you're going to start kind of squat position and simply stack your joints with it. And then you're gonna move with it, okay? So don't do the stripper walk with it, okay? It's gonna be really terrible if you do. It's usually what newbies do, okay? So they'll kind of do the stripper walk, right? And then
Dun, 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 dun.
It's terrible, okay? So have your feet so that it's stable, okay? So that you're walking, and you see how it's somewhat, but it's pretty stable, okay? You can go wider if it's heavier. What do you do with your hands? Well, whatever you want, but some people will do this. I'm not one of my listeners. Most women will do this. I guess you can if you're squatting, but again, it's not very stable. I like to put them roughly here. You can put them lower. The nice thing about here is, look how the yoke is now. It's level. If I don't, look how it wobbles back. So I'm pushing it forward. Seeing how on the side I can stand up with it. I'm here. I can stand up with it. Here. It wobbles backwards. So now, all of a sudden, see how I'm hunched over? Here I can stand up with it, now I can move with it. So have your arms out wider with it. Yeah, sit it on your traps. Practice starts. Events are lost in 1 milliseconds, so focus on the start of it if it's lighter. Otherwise, don't train super light yoke if your competition's like that. Train for the heavy ones. If your yoke in competition is super light, don't train your heavy stuff, because a heavy yoke and a light yoke are completely different competitions. Based on, and always time. So if you're not timing your yoke runs when you're going for comp, then you might as well not train it. But pretty simple. Just you can tinker with height too, depending on what weight you're going to put on it. But with beginners, just put your hands here, make it a high bar squat, and just practice stacking your joints. It should be nice and comfy. You should be able to easily double your body weight and just stand, okay? And then when you're moving with it, tight core, like a belt, ideally probably a belt. But just try to make it a little wider. Don't bring them in, okay? Have a little wider, and just go for a tootle. Breathe, don't hold your breath when you do yoga, that's so bad. Also really great for powerlifters. If your walkout sucks, this is really great, because then you have to keep tight and breathe, okay? So you have to learn how to breathe and keep your core tight at the same time.